Chapter 1. Great workshops change people. Great workshops change people, organizations, and the world. If you've been asked to facilitate a workshop, it is because someone wants something to change. Workshops differ from meetings. In meetings, people share information and may even make decisions, but they do not expect to change. As a result, people do not like meetings very much. Over recent years, many have tried to reduce the number of meetings, to turn them into stand-up meetings where having everyone on their feet creates a natural pressure to end quickly, or to improve them by having clear agendas, starting on time, or putting off-topic issues in a parking lot. Even so, the key success criterion for a typical meeting is that it serves its purpose in as little time as possible. Workshops also differ from training. Training sessions seek to transmit knowledge or skills from the trainer to the audience. Attendees may learn, but rarely do they change their underlying way of thinking. In many cases, training sessions even fail to transmit tangible skills because they do not address the underlying ways of thinking that may impede the learning. At great workshops, people change. Many people look back on a particular workshop as a turning point in their lives or careers. They may point to important insights or opportunities they or their teams discovered. This is the magic you can wield if you hone your craft as a facilitator. But how does that happen? How do people change? How do people change together? For people to truly change, they must go through a process that engages all three domains of the human mind: thought, emotion, and intuition. Thought is our cognitive process that applies a logic we have learned to the facts we've gathered in order to draw conclusions we believe. You can have a good meeting using thought alone. You learn new facts from the other participants, and together you test different logics in order to make reasonable, defensible decisions. Emotion is the bodily and transitory experience of feelings. These feelings predispose us toward different actions. For example, when we feel angry, we tend to argue, attack, or punish. When we feel sad, we tend to withdraw. Further, how we feel shapes what we think and commits us to logics we have learned that also meet an emotional need by making positive feelings available and keeping negative feelings at bay. Thus, to change what a person thinks, you must first address how they feel. Intuition is the capacity for awareness of the whole of a situation and of the appropriate actions that one might take. You may have taken actions in the past for which you could offer no rationale. They just felt right. Intuition is the space of creative clarity into which we enter once we've released our emotional hold on our current limited way of thinking. This is where the impossible becomes possible. Unfortunately, people cannot get from thought to intuition directly. You can't walk into a workshop and say, "Okay, everyone, be creative." It doesn't work that way. People can only get from thought to intuition if they pass through emotion. Imagine a house with 2 rooms on the first floor, one for thought and one for intuition, and a basement underneath for emotion. Now imagine that the door between the first floor rooms only works one way. You can go from intuition to thought, but you cannot go in the opposite direction. To get from thought to intuition, you must go through the basement. But the basement is scary. It's dark. You don't know what's down there. But if you make it through, you reach intuition on the other side, and that's where people can actually change. Great workshops start in thought to create a common understanding of the problem as currently defined. Then they engage with emotion to unpack any limited thinking and deepen the group's motivation to excel together. Then they arrive in intuition, where participants discover new insights or develop a multifaceted understanding of the problem. Participants then bring those intuitions back into thought in the form of actionable frameworks or plans for the future.